What up, YouTube? Team Movies here with this new actress named Calais Karen giving a really great performance in Doctor Sleep. I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite child performances in horror movies. Because there's been lots of adults have gave great performances in horrors, but there are kids they're literally kid actors in horror movies that I think were so good they could probably easily got an Oscar nomination because how great some of them were. And there's been some really great kid performances in horror films over the years, whether it's them being creepy or just non creepy or whatever. With that being said, here's my 10 favorite child performances in horror films. All right, coming in at number 10 is Day Farage in Rob Zombie's Halloween. Now, in the original Halloween, say what you want about Rob Zombie's Halloween. At least with Rob Zombie's Halloween, they really gave us more of a backstory of Michael Myers and all. I mean, in the original Halloween, they only show like a very glimpse of Michael killing his family and stuff like that. But here they really went all out and really showed his rampage on his own family, and the one who played young Michael Myers, Daik Farage, I thought he was terrific here. That was literally great casting. I mean, whether it's there's some crazy scenes in this, like whether it's him killing the Spy Kids dude, or like the him just straight up slaughtering his family, him in the psych ward. This kid was great in his in as a young Mike Myers, and it's a shame that he never really had a bigger career Rob Zombie's Halloween. But that being said, he was terrific at this, and I'm one of the rare folks who actually like Rob Zombie's Halloween. I don't care what anyone says. Rob Zombie's Halloween was pretty awesome. So yeah, but I mean he was also recast in Rob in Halloween but I know him in the first Rob Zombie Halloween was really great. All right, coming in at number 9, it is Isabel Furman in Orphan. Orphan, directed by John Colette Sarah. Orphan is great. I mean, it's where like these two parents played by Patrick, not Patrick, Pierce Sarsgaard and Vera Farmiga end up adopting this young girl, played by Isabel Furman, and turns out that she is down the line she ends up becoming, a psychopath. And Ida Furman, this was actually her breakthrough performance. Since then, she of course got cast stuff like Hunger Games. She's going to be in the upcoming Escape Room sequel. This is Belle Furman, girl. I think she's a great actress. And I thought she was tremendous in Orphan. She was so darn creepy as that role. She played the creepy aspect very well. I mean, Furman really played in that role. And if you guys haven't really seen Orphan by now, do yourself a favor, go watch Orphan. It's a really tremendous horror flick. And Esther is literally one of the most creepiest kids there is. So yeah. All right, coming in at number 8, it is Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense. Now, I never really considered to really add consider The Sixth Sense as much of a horror film, but it's a little considered as it. I mean, it's a very creepy film, and Haley Joel Osment actually scored an Oscar nomination for his performance here. That's how good Haley Joel Osment was in this. And I mean, and of course his line of "I see dead people" is really one of the most iconic lines in horror films, and like his on-screen chemistry with Bruce Willis's character was great. And I mean, this is pretty much a story about a boy who sees dead people. That's really what the story mainly focuses on. And this was like Haley Joel Osment has done stuff before this. Like if you guys remember, he played Forrest Gump's son in Forrest Gump. But and he's done like other stuff beforehand, but it was really The Sixth Sense that put Haley Joel Osment on the map. And he was terrific in The Sixth Sense. I mean, if you guys never seen The Sixth Sense by now, give it a go. I mean, it's of course the movie that really brought M Night Shyamalan into film stardom. As I said, M Night Shyamalan's done some hit and misses, but yeah, The Sixth Sense it's a terrific film. I mean, crazy twists, turns, and yeah. All right. Coming in at number 7, it is Alex Vincent in Child's Play. Now, Alex Vincent, like, there's literally people who don't think he was that great in Child's Play as Andy, but I gotta disagree. I thought Alex Vincent played Andy really well. I mean, I thought he gave a really great performance. Like, especially whether you talk about Child's Play 2 or Child's Play 1. He didn't appear in Child's Play 3, though, but he ended up reprising his role in Cult of Chucky. But, I mean, Alex Vincent, he really broke out with Child's Play, and his, like, on-screen interesting chemistry with Chucky was messed up. I mean, poor Alex Vincent had to go through crazy stuff in this film, and that, like, Andy is really one kid who had a horrible childhood. Anyway, but yeah, Child's Play is hands down awesome. And Alex Vincent, I thought him as Andy Barclay was terrific. Alright. Coming in at number 6, it is Danny Pinatru in Cujo. Cujo is awesome. I mean, it's based on a book by Stephen King about, of course, this Bernard dog named Cujo who ends up being bitten by these rabid bats, and he ends up going on a murderous rampage, and really the whole film, features a mother and trying to protect her son. Trying to protect her son from the killer dog, and so like they spend the whole film inside a vehicle, and Danny like. Of course, Danny plays the son Tad, while Dee Wallace plays the mother in this. And I thought the mother and son dynamic chemistry between the two was terrific. And Danny really I believe this was his first feature film, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there, but for a first timer, he really nailed that character well. And yeah, if you guys never really seen Cujo, you're not going to want to look at Saint Bernard dog the same way. Yeah. Like this movie is the reason why lots of people barely own Saint Bernards, But yeah, Cujo it's awesome. Like, definitely go check out Cujo if you guys never seen it. And Danny, I mean, he was like, I can't remember how old he was when he did this. I think he probably could have been 10 or maybe 6 or whatever. But he really nailed it as that character. All right, coming in at number 5, it is Danny Lloyd in The Shining. Of course, playing the younger version of Danny Torrance. Danny Lloyd was terrific in The Shining. I mean, this probably most iconic scene is when he's like, going through the through the hotel and like his little bike and all. I mean, Danny Lloyd was. I'm trying to remember if this was his first. Yeah, I think this was his first feature. He played that role really great, and like his on-screen chemistry with his on-screen parents, played by Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall, was terrific. His like interaction with lots of the ghosts was great. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little surprised Danny Lloyd never got an Oscar nomination for this because he was that great in this movie. And I don't know if this is much of a spoiler or anything.
Yeah, Moses
Now, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know if this is much of a spoiler, but Danny Lloyd actually do have a bit of a cameo in like a little part in the new Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep. So
I'm here all the time.
So yeah, keep your eye out for that. But Yeah, Danny Lloyd in the original Shining is a terrific performance right there. All right. Coming in at number 4, it is Harvey Stevens in The Omen. Now I'm going with the original, obviously. Now, Harvey Stevens, I'm trying to remember, I can't remember if this was his first feature or not, but he played the son of the devil, Damien, and this is one messed up kid. And I know Harvey Stevens really played the creepy aspects very well. Not to mention, you also had Gregory Peck in The Omen. I mean, the original Omen is a very terrifying film. I mean, this is a movie where you really gotta be careful of what kid you adopt nowadays because they could easily be the son of the devil. So yeah, and of course there's messed up stuff that Damien does in this. He is one of the most messed up on-screen kids you'll ever want to see. But The Omen is still it's a horror icon. It's a horror classic, And if you guys ever seen The Omen, give it a shot. It's a really great one. And, and Harvey Stevens' performance as Damien is definitely well worth it.
The job out of school was digital marketing.
All right. Coming in at number 3, speaking of other creepy kids, number 3 is going to be Michael Hughes in the original Pet Sematary. I mean, Michael Hughes adds the role of young Gage, who ends up. Now, of course, the character of Gage ends up, getting killed by a car. And so the dad, of course, the dad wants wants his son back. So
You got the MacBook?
So he really takes the drastic measure by burying his son Gage in the Pet Cemetery, and yeah, you don't bury dead stuff in Pet Cemeteries. Like if someone's dead, just keep them dead. Like yeah, but and when Gage ends up coming out, he ends up going on a murderous rampage throughout this whole film, and that is one. He's a really creepy, messed up kid right there. I mean, he literally tried to kill his own dad. He ends up killing one of the. Yeah, of course, ends up killing Edmund Gwen's character. Yeah, he's a crazy kid, and I know he played that role really well. Like this was of course his first feature film, and since then, Michael Hughes has also appeared in other stuff. Like he's appeared in The Little Rascals, Kindergarten Cop. He appeared on Full House. He's been some interesting stuff since breaking out with Pet Sematary, and yeah, Pet Sematary it's a horror classic right there. It's another movie based on a Stephen King book. I mean, Stephen King and creepy kids. Like what is it with that? But anyway, yeah. Now I admit I quite like the new Pet Sematary that got released, but I probably still prefer the original to be honest. Yeah. But the original still holds up. If you guys ever seen the original Pet Sematary, give it a go, and especially the performance of Michael Gage Michael Hughes, I meant to say, it's great. Alright. Number 2 is going to be Heather O'Rourke in the original Poltergeist. Now, Heather O'Rourke, of course, plays the young daughter in this, Carol Ann. And I mean, Heather O'Rourke in this, I believe, she was.
Damn, you're right.
Anyway, yes, she was. I thought she. Anyway, Heather Rock as the role of Carol Ann was great casting. I mean, I'm trying to remember if this was her first feature as well, but now she was I think she was only 10 at the time when she did this movie, and she nailed it. I mean, this the most iconic scene of pretty much of her career was the iconic line, "They're here." And it's pretty much became like a quote lines dialogue in every single other films and TV as well. I mean, Family Guy's poked fun at that scene as well. And the dialogue she has in this is terrific. I mean, I think and of course she also had good performances in the other Poltergeist films, but her role in the original Poltergeist still holds up right there. And tragically, Heather Rock sad to say she actually passed away at a very young age. I believe she passed away at either 12 or 13, if I'm not mistaken. Like, sadly, she's gone, but man, her performance, I say, will still live on. I mean, it's tragedy that she passed because she was great as I mean, I remember when obviously, it was ahead of my time and all, but when I was like, when I first saw Poltergeist, I was looking at the, cast list, see what they were up to now, and I, ended up, searching for, type in, Heather Rock, and that's when I found out she, is no longer with us. Like, man, such a young age, too. And like, I can't remember if she did any other roles. I think probably she did Different Strokes or Happy Days, one of the two. But her performance in Poltergeist, like, how did she not get an Oscar nomination? She was really that good in this. But yeah, her performance in Poltergeist will always live on. And if you guys haven't really seen the original Poltergeist, it's a horror film that still holds up today. The effects still holds up. The performances still holds up. Yeah, Poltergeist is terrific. Definitely go check Poltergeist out if you guys haven't seen that. Alright, my number one favorite child performance in a horror film goes to Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Now this one actually got an Oscar nomination back, and it's a well-deserving nomination. I think I'd probably say she could easily win her award, but Linda Blair as the role of Regan. I mean, in the beginning, they made Regan into like a sweet innocent little girl, but then she transfers and she becomes the devil, and like you're not gonna want to look at Pea Soup the same way because she pukes up green vomit. Spoiler there. But yeah, Linda Blair, I adore her performance in The Exorcist is and will always live on. It's a great performance. The Exorcist is one of the most iconic horror films out there. And Linda Blair, I like her. Like I said, her Oscar nomination is well worth it because she was that great in this movie. And I mean, she's done other stuff since The Exorcist, but it's really like she hasn't had a great performance since The Exorcist. And I mean, Linda Blair I believe she was only either 12 or 13 at the time when she did this movie, and for a very young age, she really nailed the parts. Like, she put, like, the stuff that she had to go through, crazy to believe that they actually had a kid going through that stuff. So, like, this was a very, too much a mature role for a kid her age. Yeah, if you guys ever seen The Exorcist, definitely give that one a go. But, who's still never seen The Exorcist? I mean, come on. But that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10. Dai Friash in Halloween. 9. Isabelle Fuhrman in Orphan. 8. Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense. 7. Alex Vincent in Child's Play. 6. Danny Pinotru in Cujo. 5. Danny Lloyd in The Shining. 4. Harvey Stevens in The Omen. 3. Michael Hughes in Pet Sematary. 2. Heather O'Rourke in Poltergeist. And 1. Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Now, I probably could have gone with other performances, like the two kids from A Quiet Place was great. The little girl from Hereditary is a good one. Lots of really good child performances in horror films. Of course, I could also go with Dakota Fanning in Hide and Seek. Hide and Seek is pretty good too. Like, there's some really great performances by kids in horror films. But let me leave to you guys. Who are some of your favorite child performances in horror films? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This here is C-Movie signing off.